much about parrots, but I know a man who does.
Hello, Pipeline. Hello, Rolf. How are you?
4 years ago, Steve Nichols started running Parrot Line.
Right.
It's an advice line that helps parrot owners to understand the behaviour of their feathered friends. He has also turned his home in Sheffield into a sanctuary for neglected or abused parrots. So why can parrots be such problem pets?
Although they're absolutely wonderful creatures and make wonderful pets in most cases, they are a really big commitment for anyone. This little chap here, he's a peach-fronted conure called Ben. And what you've got to take on is the noise factor. He's only a small bird, this is like usual. You've got to know whether you're actually willing to take on a parrot. And parrots aren't just a status symbol or a toy.
Do a lot of people actually get a parrot as a status symbol?
Certainly, yes. We've had a lady come up to actually look at a lovely big mulligan cockatoo, which was a pink one, and she actually said this would be beautiful if we matched the curtains in the dining room. Needless to say, she didn't take the bird with her.
The African grey is one of the most popular birds, but as with all parrots, it takes work.
You must be willing to actually bring this parrot up like one of the children.
And also, just like children, they need company.
These are social creatures, so therefore they live in a flock and they expect a social life. Therefore they need toys, they need talking to, and you have to generally accept them as one of the family.
Hello. Now it's time to meet Jake the macaw. This is everybody's idea of what a parrot should look like, isn't it?
That's right, this is a Long John Silver's parrot. This is, as a kid, this is what you saw as a parrot.
Would this bird make a good pet?
Not really. These last for 70 or 80 years. They are unbelievably noisy. Out of the cage, they have to be 100% supervised, otherwise anything can happen. And the strength in that beak will wreck an average house in an afternoon.
But most importantly, all parrots need a bit of love and attention.
You've got to show mutual affection.
I'll try a bit of eefing and ifing on it. How can you tell if he's concentrating?
His face is stuck to what you're doing, and then his head up on one side and just focus with one eye.
It's lovely, isn't it? These are two of Steve's latest arrivals. They've been abandoned by their mother, and Steve's been asked to hand rear them. Still only a month old, they need feeding 4 times a day with a special mix of protein, vitamins and minerals. It'll be another couple of months before they're onto solid food.
Wants it all to itself.
Yes. Don't let this other fella anywhere near. I gave Steve a hand, but soon realised it wasn't as easy as it looks.
He's a messy process, everything.
Yeah, but I don't care. And neither does he, by the look of him. Steve, it's wonderful to see you again, and Jake, of course. Yes, now you're talking now. And how are those little babies that I was feeding?
Oh, they're doing wonderful now. They're actually with new homes and everything's being sorted out there up to the usual mischief.
I haven't seen these ones before. How old are they?
These are about 9 weeks and we've got to rear these now until they're fully weaned.
What are your hopes for Parrot Line?
Well, ultimately we are hoping to sell our place where we're at the moment.
Really?
Yes, and we're going to develop another sanctuary, but for people to visit us, so it's a rehabilitation and education centre, and therefore people can actually see the pitfalls as well as the nice parts of having a parrot.
Well, what should people do if they actually want to get a parrot?
Generally, they've got to look and make sure that what type of parrot they want will fit in with their environment. A parrot will probably act like a 4-year-old child while it's up to 50, as you can see.
Look, you're doing a great job, and I wish you lots of luck for the future. Here's our award for you, for your devotion to parrots everywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve. Since then, Jake the macaw has become a bit of a superstar. Steve's even thinking of setting up a fan club for him. true. Have a look at these penguins. I could watch them all day. I just love the way that they're so agile in the water, but they can look so clumsy when they're back on the land. They're just like our next animals, seals. We gave an award to a group of people who do a fantastic job saving seals that get into trouble around Britain's coastline. Right at the far end of Cornwall is the Helford Estuary. It's got to be one of the most beautiful places in the whole of the southwest. It's the home of the National Seal Sanctuary, a haven for some of the marine world's most enchanting creatures. It may look idyllic, but every year 30 or 40 seals are rescued and brought here, some of them in terrible condition. When Florence was brought in, she was so ill they thought she'd die. At the sanctuary's hospital, her bandages are removed and her wounds cleaned and dressed daily by the vet, James Barnett. He's helped by animal care assistant Lindsay Turner.
Might be easier. Well, she was a very malnourished pup. On top of that, she had two really nasty wounds at high flippers, they're both high flippers, which probably resulted from a bite wound, either because she was trying to suckle from an adult female after she was weaned, or because she got in the way of a male mating with a female. As a result, we've had to remove 2 digits from both hind flippers. We're not too sure exactly how she's going to do. We'll have to see how she adapts when she's in the water.
For Lindsay, the big problem is getting seals like Florence to eat at all. So what are you actually doing, Lindsay?
Well, I'm just preparing the food for the seal pups that we have in here. Obviously, we feed them on a fish, because that's what seals really like to eat. But because we actually buy it in frozen, it does actually lose a lot of its natural vitamin supplements that it has in it. When we feed it to them defrosted, we have to give them tablets to give them extra vitamins and minerals. We have to push it all the way down the middle to hide them, so that they can't find them when they eat them.
Well, let's put the theory to the test. We're off to the outside pens to meet Dougal. It's feeding time. It says on the front, care may bite.
Yes, so you have to watch your ankles with him.
Really?
A little bit, yeah, just a little bit. He's quite friendly though, but Dougal came to us and he was basically malnourished. He only weighed 12 kilos when he first arrived here, so it was very, very skinny.
Now, this is the one with the pills, isn't it?
This is the one with the pills.
So he gets that first.
So we're going to give that to him and put it, hopefully he'll eat that. There you go, Dougal. He's done really well since he's been here. He was ever so tiny when he first arrived. And he's only been here 2 weeks. And he's done nothing really except eat fish since he's been here. So he now weighs in at about 20 kilos.
Now, will he decide to stop playing and eat that shortly? Because that's got all his vitamins in. Get it down, you Dougal. You'll have to take it from me, Dougal finally did eat the fish. However, it'll be several months before he gets as big as these guys. But what I really like about this place is that they don't just treat injured seals and injured pups. They'll give a home to just about anybody whose luck has run out. That's how Rocky came to be here. 11-year-old Rocky is a Californian sea lion. He's suffering from cataracts and is now totally blind.
When the aquarium that he lived at previously closed down, there obviously wasn't much hope for homing a blind sea lion. So the only other alternative was for him to be put to sleep. We didn't want that to happen to him because he's such a lovely animal.
Yeah. Can I feed him?
Yeah, if you take one fish and hold it right at the end.
Okay.
Put it gently at the side. That's it.
Hey.
He's using those whiskers to feel exactly what's going on around him.
Is it not possible to do an operation for those cataracts?
The operation itself is actually not that complicated. The problem that arises is that marine mammals, such as Rocky, don't respond at all well to having general anaesthetics. There's only actually, unfortunately, it's only about a 10% survival rate. He is actually very happy here, as you can see.
But Rocky wasn't always this contented. So, meet Pepper. You see, here at the Seal Sanctuary, They were worried that Rocky would die of loneliness if they didn't find him a mate. Now, Pepper and